is Vaishnavi Padaki, and I'm from Pune. I am a civil engineer by profession, but have always been fond of art. Any form of art, craft has always got my eye on it. Even if I'm a little off the work, or maybe sometimes not really in a mood of doing anything, but I'll definitely go to my art first. So the art form which I really like doing is mandala art form. I do paint and do few craft things, but mostly mandala has been in my list from last 3 years. I'm not someone who has been doing mandala from a very long time, but I think mandala got introduced from last 5 6 years, as much as I have known. And from past 3 years, I have been continuously doing it, and I have conducted a few workshops for kids, also for all age groups. It's not really particularly for any type of age group because it's a free flowing art. It does not have any pattern as such. So it's very easy for anybody to catch it up. It doesn't even need you need some artistic skills. No, it is mostly your interest, how much patiently you're doing it. Mandala actually, what actually mandala means is being complete. Mandala actually involves a circle. In circle, there are many other forms, like we can use geometric forms, but mostly if you use circle, it is much more appealing compared to any other geometric forms. So, talking about the history of mandala, it has been very, very old, and I think we all got to know about it very late because it has been introduced during Buddhist, like Gautam Buddha's age. He got it out in the history. He made sure that every monk is doing it. And then after every monk started doing it, I think that is how the normal person started following, because even the monk is doing it. So for that, there are types of mandalas. I don't know how many of the people know it, but there are types of mandalas, like teaching mandala, healing mandala, sand mandala, and each depict something. It has some meaning to each of the type. So the one which we are doing, or we do in the Kali Yuga, which is said, it is healing mandala. So sand mandala is mostly where you draw it and you rub it again. But the healing mandala, which we are usually doing, is mostly based for two or three basic things. One is it's a form of meditation. Second, it increases your focus and your concentration towards a certain job. So because it is, as it is said, that multitasking is actually not good for your work. So it actually shows that doing one work might help you do better, be better at it. So that is how it goes. So if I had to tell you what mandala is, you can actually imagine a circle in which is there are n number of circles inside a circle. And when you draw a circle, there is a center point. That center point is you. And the other circles will be your universe. That by layer, how you evolve is how mandala is. Like you are a kid, then you grow up, then there are many of phases. Just like that, you are standing at the center of the circle, you are the center point, and the layers are your life. So that is how mandala works in your real life also. The In a lot of yoga practices also, people are made to sit and draw mandala so that your focus is channeled, and then they go start putting you into yoga classes. So it has many how can I say, pros, rather than there is, I think there is no con at all. There is only pros here. And if you had to really look at it, you do not need any artistic skills. That is the key to drawing it. Without any hesitation, if you draw it, I think even a person who cannot draw a straight line straight can do mandala. So for me, it's more of very spiritual, and it actually gets the best of me, and it gives me peace more than anything else. So this is the reason why I always get back to mandala rather than any other art form which I actually do. I have been doing painting, but I think mandala is something that holds me together. Draw a small rectangle of 5.5 centimeter by 5 centimeter, a small box here. And make sure when you're drawing on a black paper, the drawing is a little lighter. Don't press the pencil much, because when you erase it, there will be marks and that doesn't really look good. So whatever you're going to draw, make sure it is light. If you have any Apsara pencil, make sure you don't press it more. I'm directly drawing it with a white pen. You could really go with a pencil, no issue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm marking certain places. See, I'm marking it here. Can you see it? I'm marking it here. Then I'm parallelly marking one more mark here. Then I'm marking one more here in the center. And then I'm marking it here and here. So if you have a difficulty having a parallel thing, then you can use a scale, mark parallelly. So I've done six markings, two at the bottom, one at the center. Okay. So now I'm going to do is start with the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm starting from the center, this center. Okay. I'm not starting from the edge. I'm starting it from the center. So center से ऐसा curve line draw होना चाहिए. Again, one more from this side, and then you curve and touch it here. And not necessary it has to be symmetric. You can have a non-symmetric elephant as well. Not necessarily both the sides should be same. A little bulky from the other side is okay. After this, what I'm doing is, if you're not comfortable, you can just go straight like this, like straight like this. Or else what I'm going to do is make a little smallest curve, a little small, like very sticking to the line itself. Now, again, I'm bulking it out and I'm touching it here. See that a line I had drawn here. So I'm making sure I'm touching that line. One side is done. Okay. Now the other side. Same, I had done the curving, touching the center line. Again, a little curve and then touching it right here. We have 2 points here, right? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is a little curvy, again curve. What you have to do is, you have 2 points here, right? Now, come till here, a little, maybe I'll show you how much. Maybe a centimeter down from the line, okay? Okay, pull it down. As much as you want. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make the trunk a little bulky. Okay, see, now what I'm going to do is, okay, can you see it? And it is not symmetric. My bulk is not symmetric. It is not non-symmetric. Okay. Now, once the bulkiness is done, I'm going to finish the trunk. Now here is the point. Check out. I'm going to point two dots, 2 lines here. I have 2 lines. You can see that. See, I've marked it here very clearly. It should be on the head. I'm not marking it here or here. My ears should start from here. Okay. So now we are going to draw the ears. Make sure, just observe what I'm doing. Okay. Now see, the ears are going right here and I'm making it droop. Like I gave it a drop here. Okay. Make sure you give it a drop. It will give a very good look for the ears. Okay. Once the drop is given here, I have marked it. See, can you see it? This drop is given. Now go for a straight line. Okay. And very important, where you have to join is, this is the point where we had stopped, right? We had marked here. So go for it like this. If you want, you can give a curvature at the end. Okay. Whatever feels comfortable, give that. Okay. Same with the other side. And not necessarily ears should be symmetric or anything. Both the size can be different. It gives a different look. Don't be worried about, okay, the ears are not similar, they don't look same. It's okay. Okay. See, mine is a little bigger. This one is smaller. That's completely fine. No problem with that. Okay. We are using this portion. Okay. The curve line. This will be from where we are going to draw the teeth. So this is how we are going to draw the teeth. Plain. If you want that, okay, just check out what I'm doing. I'll tell you what at the end, what is to be done. Okay. Okay, see, so my teeth is like this. If you want, you can just cut it here, no issue, if you like it that way. And the same in the other side. See, I'm picking this as the reference point. Again, not necessary, it has to be symmetric. It can be of any shape. We are going to just draw 3 legs because it's 2D. So third leg is overlapped between the 3. So 3 legs it is. So now what we are going to do is, this is your reference line. Pick the center of the line. Okay. Center or thoda aage piche bhi chalega, no issue with that. Taking the curve. Okay. Curve. I just took a small curve. Okay. Then straightened it. Make sure your leg is going beyond the trunk. Okay. And then at the end, elephant's legs are little roundish at the end. Okay. So considering trunk center, like this is the trunk center. If I consider this as trunk center, so I get a line here. So I am going to join it from here. Okay. We have done with one leg. Okay. Now we are going for the second one. Now second one, what I'm going to do is, so this is the edge. I'm picking the edge of the teeth. Joining it here. Done with one part. Second. Make sure you're not crossing the first leg. Okay. Just going it around and ending it here. Okay. Just take something at the center of the teeth. Okay. Center. I'm considering this as the center. पूरे teeth का center मैंने इधर पकड़ा है. Now again the same one like we did here. And again make sure you don't cross the first leg. Okay. This is the center of the head. Let's consider this as the center of the head. So lotus, what I'm doing is not exact lotus, but petals, I could say. So you can draw it as big as you want. Okay. See what, this is what I'm doing. Okay. This is what I've drawn. This will become our reference. The second one will be like this. Okay. Third one will again go like this. Okay. Fourth one will again go like this. So 4. That's it. And then symmetric. 1, 2, 3. This is your elephant. ठीक है? ये जो mark किया था अपन ने, we had marked this for the ears, right? थोड़ा सा उसके side में, a little, literally a little. The most I'll show you, just show you it. Okay, this is the one. Okay, this is the elephant's ears. उसके बाजू में थोड़ा सा किया मैंने. I'll just show you in detail. Okay, right here. Okay, this is the marking, and here I'm marking here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm taking a straight line. Okay, putting it a little inside, like a cup. Okay, not completely a cup, but a cup. Okay. Can you see this? I've given a cup shape. So now, so we are going to join it. This cup thing should be joined here. Okay, it should be joined here. So I am going to bulk it a little like this. Okay, so now I am going to start detailing it. Okay, so the one which from where the ear has started, I'll just join it to this line. Okay, then one more pattern again, I'm joining it right here. Okay, now we are going to draw the eyes part, but before that, let's fill this, and then at the end we'll come to the eyes. Okay, so keep this part for the tilak. We're going to draw a small tilak there, so we'll keep that part. Now we'll go for other details, like draw a small line here, then you could fill it with a small pattern. Okay, now next again I'm going to draw one more pattern here. Okay, and the same in the mirror way, and then I'm going to draw small dots. I'm drawing a straight line. I'm not even taking a curvature. Straight line liya hai. Drawing petals. Okay, the same I'm drawing mirror. Yes, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill it with some small detail. Then we are going to draw one more pattern. I'm just drawing the circles and I'm filling it like a shelf pattern, and then giving it a border and giving it a thicker border. Then the last pattern for the trunk. Okay. Okay. And then I'm again drawing a shell here. So now what I'm doing is, check out what I'm doing. I'm using this as the reference point. Okay, this corner. Okay, I'm drawing the eye border. Okay, this is the border, right? It is in the eye shape, like an eyebrow. So I've drawn it in the eye shape. Okay, same goes here. Yes. Now your eyes won't be completely till here. Your eyes will be just till here. That's it. I'll just show. Wait. Okay. This is what should be your eyes. Not completely till the end, but 3/4 of the line. Okay. Then draw a small border to the eyes like this. And then you can just continue the pattern. I'm drawing a small pattern here. Okay. Now I'm drawing the eyeball. Okay. Make sure you fill the eyeball completely with the white color. Okay. We have got one side. We are going for the other side. Same way. Okay. Again, you could draw a small border to it. Okay. We're drawing the okay. Again, I'm filling the eyes. Okay. Now we are done with the eyes. Okay. This is what I am going to draw. Okay. I'm just going to thicken the borders. We are going to decorate this and this portion. Okay. Now, exactly below the eye, a little gap. Just give a small gap there. Draw one line here. Same parallelly here. Two lines are drawn. One here, one here. Okay. One more line here. One more below here. So, okay, the pattern, what it goes like. Again, I'm drawing a small pattern here. Make sure it is small, okay? Don't cover the whole line there. You need some space in between. Okay, this is what I've done. Now I'm going to draw slant lines. Okay, slant, okay, like this. Now again, complete it with small petals. There might be chances that there are petals more here, lesser here. Don't worry about that. It will still look good because not necessarily the elephant is symmetric on both the sides. Okay. Now this is the gap we are going to fill. This gap. So I'm going to draw some curvy lines. Just check out like this. Okay. So I'm going to fill it with those lines. If you feel like, okay, curvy is not something you work on, you could go for straight lines. Using a pencil, okay? Using a pencil, mark one line like this. Again, one more line from here like this. A bigger one, okay? This one a little bigger compared to the first one. Yes. Then we'll go for one more, a little smaller. Then one more, much smaller than that. And then a little more. See, once you've drawn one side, make sure you use a scale, okay? Keep a scale like this, parallelly mark it, okay? But I'm not going to do that. I'm directly going to draw it. And make sure your lines are not straight, okay? The little curvy, little. Okay, we are done here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm drawing a small border here. Okay, and small border at the bottom. Yes, now I'm drawing a shell pattern again. Go for a shell pattern. Can you see the shell? Yes. Make sure there is a small gap in between the shells. And not necessary all should be in the same size or something. They can be bigger or smaller. Okay. We're done with the pattern. Now what actually we have to do is we have to fill it. The gap is to be filled with the pen. You'll see the way I'm filling. The reason I asked you to give a gap is so that we can fill it with the white paper. It will give a different edge to the elephant. I'll just fill the halfway, then later you can fill it. Make sure you fill all the gaps. If you feel that the gaps are not filled, what you could do is use a white paint and fill the gaps. No problem with that. But make sure the gaps are filled, otherwise it won't look good. Okay. Okay, so I have filled it till here. Rest you can fill it. So see, it gives a solidity, a different solidity when it comes to the ears. So that is why I recommend you to fill it. Okay. So now again, what we have to do is, we are drawing a small pattern. So one more border at the bottom. Yes. So now we are drawing again the small petal. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to draw small mountain-like structures. Okay. So this is how I do it. Okay. One. Okay. Yes. Okay. Make sure you do it a little, not straight line, but if you're still not comfortable with this curvy lines, then you could go for the straight line. No problem with that. But I would recommend you to draw this. Okay. Okay. So we are done here. Now it's the same, we have to draw it in the bottom. Okay. And join. Just join these lines. Now you have a reference point to work on. So it will be much easier. Yes. So we have a star pattern. Okay. Just like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just fill the dot. Now there is one more small pattern which you could try. Draw circles here also, but make sure the circles are not touching each other again. Can you see? Okay. Now again, I'm filling the gaps with the
Yes.
white thing. Again, I'm filling it with the gaps with the white color, so that again it gives a different solidity to your elephant. Anything that is filling will always give a different solidity to your work. Okay, this was quite easy. That is why I filled it completely. Okay, now let's go to a different pattern. Now this is a flower pattern which I really like personally. So I'm drawing a small circle here, semicircle. Okay, so this the trick I'll tell you. First, draw the center petal. Yes, make sure you're using this as the reference. Draw the second one. Okay, this is the pattern. You have to repeat it there. Make sure you draw one small dot here between the two flowers. You can fit almost 3 flowers here. Okay, next one I'm going for a leaf petal. Okay, now again continuity will go like this. I'm connecting so that I have a reference point. Okay, and when you have these gaps, you make sure you fill it with these lines. Any lines, if you like slant lines, you can use them. If you want straight lines, you could use them. Okay, it gives a different dimension to it. So we are done with this. We are there on the last pattern. Same mountain structure. Two lines. Okay, you got that? Again, using this as the reference point. Okay, have a double thing. Okay, then okay, then I'm again going giving it a pattern here. So I'm using the same pattern which I had used above. Yes, can you see this? Yeah. So again, you could use this. The same leaf pattern with skeleton. If you feel like filling it with some other design, go ahead. Okay, and I'm drawing dots here. If you feel something is empty, you can always fill it with dots. Again, one more line. I'm again using a shell pattern, but make sure I'm touching both the two lines. Okay. See, the shell is touching above, shell is touching below. And all the shells are touching each other because we are not going to fill here anything. So I'm just filling it as much as I can. Okay, I'm done here. Next pattern. Okay, they had drawn it above in the trunk. Okay. One more pattern. This is a very common pattern which you could use. Triangle. Slant lines. Okay. There's one more pattern you could go for. Check out. I'm just filling the lines as much as I can. Okay, this one is the mountain with a chakra actually. I call it the chakra. You have a small chakra here. So if there is a trunk coming in between, you can just draw it half. It's no compulsion that you have to complete it. Okay, so now I'm coming for the legs, okay? The bottom. So they have nails. So these are the nails. And I'm giving small dots. Can you see them? I don't know if that is visible. I'm just drawing bigger, okay? Okay, small dots. And one final touch. Okay, so see, I am done with one leg. Similarly, you could, for this one leg, you could just draw a small design. Not necessarily we have to draw it similar. You can have different shapes, patterns, and I'm coloring the center one. Okay. Draw a border. Okay. Now draw one more petal inside. Just like that. Okay. Fill it with one more and you color it. Okay. We're done here. So now I've used this pattern, and for the rest of the place, I've used dots. Okay. Now for the side patterns, again, I'll draw one side. Okay. Again, draw a border. Make sure you draw a border. I have drawn one line from the center. Okay. Filling this part with this pattern. Same pattern. The most common pattern used everywhere. Okay. This side. Now this side I've drawn. Now this side I'm drawing the dots. Okay. Same, similar to this pattern again. Okay, so we are done here. And make sure what these borders are, no? Make a little thicker, like just like I have done. Check out how thick I'm doing it. You can make it as thick as you want. It will give a different look. The more you use the white pen, the more solidity your elephant will have. Have a look. Love elephants. My love for elephants is, I think, to infinity. Anywhere I see anything, I just pick it up. Anything. I have literally stone which are carved in elephants. So anything that is has elephants will definitely be in my art form. The Humpy Chariot. So Humpy is really known for its historic monuments, and this is one of those structures which I converted it into 2D, and every single pattern is different. I have not repeated even a single pattern here. So it's very intricate for anybody to see, and I have mixed it with watercolors. So I gave a base coat of the watercolors along with orange and yellow, and then I drew the chariot, and then every single layer, which is minute, very minute, I have drawn it with directly with the pen. Also, every single line is different. So it took me like around 2 days to complete this because it was very intricate and I had to complete it very, very carefully. So this is how a mandala looks. This this might take 2 hours to complete. If you had to finish it up, you might need one might need 2 hours to finish this because it has too many layers, and you always start the mandala from the center. So what I used to do is I should take periodic breaks, because once you start doing too much of it, you might go wrong somewhere or you might feel bored doing it. So I take periodic breaks to complete such big mandalas because it actually needs patience. It's purely patience to complete something like this.